I'm back. I've got a little unfinished business. Yeah!
Hey, New Year, who dis?
It doesn't quite feel like 2021. That reminds me, has the 7-day trial period expired? Because I think I want to return it for 2022.
Yeah, this is pretty much the 2020 hangover, I think. I don't think we're done with it yet. Anyway, this is TV10 podcast coming at you for the new year, and I don't even remember what episode we're on here.
Why, sir, that would be episode 0349 of the TV10 podcast. And thank you for welcoming us back into your ear holes. It's me, Tommy Milagro.
And me, Bill Frost. And, as far as I know, we still have sponsors, right?
Oh, but of course, we are still the only podcast with alcohol sponsors, specifically at the TV10 studios in the third basement / bunker. We have Sugar House Distillery, the OG sponsor of TV10 podcast, with a little bit of vodka on the rocks, I gotta say.
Lovely.
Now, how tasty is that drink?
Sugar House vodka is one of the few that I like to sip just au natural, if you will.
You know, it's so refreshing to just do it that way, because, as we all know, vodka is just water in Russian. And how could the Russians be wrong?
Never wrong. I welcome our new Russian overlords.
We're mostly, yes. And we also like to say Nostrovia, in case anybody is picking up on that. Mm.
And want to kick off here. We got some listener. I'm still fucking that up. Still got a little bit of listener email here.
Yes.
This is Ted, good old Ted. He sent this on just a couple of days ago. He says, watch The Stand, the new one. That would be on CBS All Access. And the one from the 90s, shot in Utah. I remember watching that in the 90s. I'm going to have to track it down and watch it again because I've forgotten everything about it. And also, and read the book too. Done that long time ago. And watch Your Honor, goddammit. That is all. Your Honor is on Showtime, starring Bryan Cranston.
Mm-hmm.
And I gotta get caught up on Your Honor as well.
Now, I remember The Stand, the TV series, way back in yesteryear. I want to say it was like broadcast on ABC, and it had quite an eclectic cast, and it even had Rob Lowe at one time playing a deaf person. And this is like before The Walking Dead was such a huge fucking deal for everybody. The Stand from Utah, was it?
I don't know. 1994. It was broadcast on ABC. Good way to go. You got that one right. And starred Gary Sinise, Molly Ringwald, Laura San Giacomo, Ossie Davis, Miguel Ferrer, Corin Nemec, Matt Frewer. The cast is just fucking massive here. Shawnee Smith, oh, love her. And Stephen King also made an appearance, as did John Landis, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar.
Yeah, I remember that. And I think I'm trying to remember the actress that played in Misery. Did you say Kathy Bates already?
She could be in here somewhere. It's a big ass list. Also, Ray McKinnon from the Marshal, one of the Marshals from Sons of Anarchy, and he's done a lot of other stuff too.
Oh, okay.
Anyway, it's a big ass fucking cast. And let me see, filming. Where was it filmed?
Well, it still blows my mind that Gary Sinise was in it. I must have blanked out on that.
Filming began in Salt Lake City, February 1993, standing in place for Boulder, Colorado.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And
but it doesn't say where in Utah, huh?
Just says Salt Lake City. Also at the old Utah State Prison. Yeah. Okay. So there's that. So yeah, watch The Stand on CBS All Access, which will soon become Paramount Plus. Yeah, that's right. And so did you watch any? Before I get to there's a whole shit ton of new stuff to talk about this week, and also one I forgot to mention. As we're recording live on air on Sunday, American Gods Season 3. That shows how much my enthusiasm has been curbed for American Gods that I completely forgot that it was coming back.
Oh, I knew it was coming back, but I just went, yeah, I'm going to wait until they're all out, and then I'm just going to binge it on Stars, or wait until HBO Max absorbs it. Either way,
HBO Max absorbs Stars.
I think it's a smart choice.
Okay, sure.
Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong at this point.
No, everything's going to be owned by Disney and Time Warner. That's the way things are going. Did you watch anything of interest over the break here?
So the aforementioned HBO Max, I decided to subscribe to that, and as we're talking right now, I have been spending a inordinate amount of time with the old Looney Tunes cartoons,
okay,
which is great. Mostly the Chuck Jones directed stuff. That's the money stuff right there.
Yeah.
But I will say I did see some neat little bon mots here and there, specifically because they do, and we talked about this. They do have Adult Swim. They have Samurai Jack.
Yes.
So I watched season 5. I never had the chance to until now. Oh my God, that's some dark shit.
Oh, yeah.
And
killer animation.
And here's where it gets
killer animation, though.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, it's definitely the best here. And I know, what's the creator's name? How do you pronounce it? Gennady Tartarovsky?
Sure.
Like that?
Sure.
So I know he's got Primeval on Adult Swim, so that's next on the list. But recently, I did watch Warrior.
Oh shit!
From Cinemax.
I was going to mention that. Yeah, since they're both owned by Time Warner, HBO Max made the correct decision to absorb Warrior from Cinemax, so somebody could actually see it.
And more importantly, the best part about this, we'll probably get to see Jet sometime in the near future.
Yeah, hopefully. I don't think they're doing a second season though. I think that's long gone with Carla Gugino.
Don't do that to me, man.
I don't think there's going to be a second season. Have you got around to checking out Doom Patrol on HBO Max?
That's next on the list
yes.
right there. And oh man, I have got to say it's so cool that they've got like the DC stuff. Oh, and also I did kind of flip around through Batman the Animated Series,
okay.
So that
all
was
right.
a bit of a treat.
All right. Yeah.
And
yeah.
What else? What about you?
Here's the what I can remember of binging over the holiday break here. Eagleheart was my first binge on Adult Swim. Chris Elliott basically being Walker Texas Ranger in a far more psychotic setting. Love that. And also I've been powering through all of 30 Rock. I kind of began my 30 Rock binge of all 7 seasons way back when E did a marathon over the weekend. I saw the first couple of seasons, and I decided to continue it on Peacock. And yeah, it holds up. I'd say everybody's talking about, ooh, I got to get Peacock for The Office. No, you should watch 30 Rock instead. It holds up better. And there was a lot. Show came and hit so fast. The jokes are so fast, and that's why I think the new Tina Fey production, Mr. Mayor, starring Ted Danson, is kind of it's on NBC now. It's kind of a dumbed down version of 30 Rock. It's like, okay, people are too stupid anymore. They can't absorb 30 Rock levels of jokes per second. So we're just going to dumb it down. Ted Danson and Holly Hunter. Yeah. So check out Mr. Mayor on NBC because it's pretty damn funny. Also,
I do want to bring this up here before you go on. So going back to HBO Max, I have been going through a binge of Bored to Death and Ted Danson. Yeah. Oh my God.
Zach Galifianakis and
Jason Schwartzman,
yes,
erstwhile of Fargo.
Yeah.
So,
all right.
That holds up still to this day. It's great.
Yeah. Also, this was a short binge, but it was one of them is I highly recommend this one. It's fucking crazy, but it's crazy good. Patriot on Amazon Prime Video. 2 seasons, about 8. I think it's 8 to 10 episodes a piece, and it's about an American spy who's supposed to pay off a foreign dissident, but instead the mission turns into, no, you got to kill him now. And it's pretty much anything that could go wrong does go wrong, and it's fucking great. And the main guy, also, he's a sort of a guitarist, singer, songwriter. So in his spare time, he makes up songs about what's exactly is happening right at this moment. So you get a nice little soundtrack to go with it. Patriot on Prime Video. Also, just barely finished one on Netflix. This is from a few years ago, called The Frozen Dead. It's part of the Scandinoir kind of deal. It's yet another one of these European set frozen wasteland murder mystery things.
Yeah. Okay.
Of which there are dozens now. And they don't necessarily take place in Scandinavia. This one was French. It was called, The Frozen Dead. Killer scenery, but the story was fucking nonsense.
All right. So on a scale of 1 to Lilyhammer, how does this rate?
I'm going to have to revisit Lilyhammer because that's from the early days of Netflix. Actually, that was the first. I think that was the very first Netflix original, and it's been that long since I've watched it, so I think I'll go back and check it out.
Only just because Steven Van Zandt, man.
Yeah.
Steven Van Zandt.
Yeah. And also, of course, as far as the movies go, Wonder Woman, of course.
Okay, are we delving into Bill's movie corner at this point?
No, I don't think so, because all I have to say about it is it felt like an 80s Superman movie, which is fine. Is kind of goofy. It could have been half an hour shorter, but that's my only real complaint about it.
Yeah, and everyone else that's been bitching and moaning, going, this is the worst thing DC has ever put out.
Oh, no, they've done worse. They've done worse.
Yes. And I will say, it probably is not great. It's not bad. And more importantly, no matter how bad things are, at least it's not Marvel's The Immortals. Okay? Shut the fuck up. And furthermore, if I'm going to actually quibble, and I use the word quibble very loosely here, there's only one problem I had about Wonder Woman 84. There wasn't enough of an 80s soundtrack. What, did you blow it all on the special effects? Okay, if that's the case, fine.
Yeah,
if it was just for Pedro Pascal to chew the scenery just a little bit.
Yeah,
hey, great. We saw him in Mandalorian. We know what he could do.
Yeah, if Wonder Woman 1984 could have absorbed the soundtrack of Atomic Blonde, would have been much better.
Yeah.
Would have improved it at least 100%.
Or at least get some punk in there somehow. That one scene with the punk kids, it's like, perfect opportunity. What happened?
Yeah. Yeah, and speaking of the 80s, also I'll throw in there Cobra Kai Season 3.
Is it getting more and more ridiculous?
It's maintained a steady ridiculous line. It's worth, if you watch the first 2 seasons, you might as well watch the third. If you've not watched any of Cobra Kai, I don't know if I can highly recommend it. I think there's other stuff you can watch.
Yeah. Now, here's my question, because I haven't seen it yet because I don't have Netflix, which I'm going to get to in a minute. But so I was.
Did somebody take your Netflix away?
I'm setting this up here, but here's my question.
Oh yeah, that's right. Somebody revoked the TV10 corporate card. That's right.
No. They didn't record. They didn't revoke it here. It's more. But here's my question before I get into Netflix. So I was reading the other day that, and it was one of those clickbait bullshit articles.
Of course.
I think, yeah. But they were suggesting that Daniel LaRusso was the true bully of the entire Karate Kid, Cobra Kai franchise. And I'm going,
yeah, I can see that.
Okay, break it down for me, because I'm going, this is bullshit.
Well, the thing is, in the modern day here, Danny has it all. You know, he's got a car dealership, he's got a hot wife, he's got kids who don't suck too much. He's got a lovely home and everything. Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, Johnny, he don't have shit, which
is fine by me. Yeah. I'm cool with that.
Well, the thing is that here's the only thing that really needs to be said about Cobra Kai. Okay. This is borrowing from Bill Burr. He said it. He said, Johnny's supposed to be the loser of the series mm-hmm. here, and right. He's driving around in a hot Firebird, listening to REO Speedwagon, drinking beer, living alone. It's the dream.
So what you're saying is he's my spirit animal. Is that what you're trying to get to?
I think Bill Burr actually wants to be Johnny.
To be William Zabka.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, sure.
So the bigger question, kind of a second question following with that. Does that mean they're going to be at FanX in the near future? I want Bill Burr and William Zabka in the same room together.
Now that Bill Burr is in the nerd universe, he was
the Mandalorian kids.
Yeah, he was not previously in the nerdverse. Now he is. So now he might be obligated to actually go to a Comic-Con, which I think is the funniest fucking thing ever.
When things open up, we fucking need to make this happen.
Yeah,
we have to make this happen. And I realize I should be watching Cobra Kai on Netflix.
Not necessarily.
And, I would. Well, here's the thing. I would subscribe to it if it wasn't for the fact that Netflix is, how did the kids call it? Oh yeah, it's dead to me because and it's for one simple reason.
Okay.
Cancel Glow too early.
True. There's that.
Plenty of opportunity. You have plenty of money, Netflix, but you cancel Glow regardless in the middle of a pandemic. And I'm willing to bet you motherfuckers actually used it on a Zoom call as a reduction in workforce. Fuck you, Netflix.
Yeah, I see that. So I just want to mention a couple of new shows premiering this week. The already mentioned American Gods. It's on, whether you still care about it or not. There's still some people left from the original cast. Coming up this week, I'll just go right to this one. Search Party season 4. It's on HBO Max as well. And
right.
I would Search Party is a show that Alia Shawkat from Arrested Development and various other things is basically a kind of a hipster murder mystery. It didn't start out too strong, but it got much better. Season 3 was pretty fucking great, actually, and now we're back for season 4, and I highly recommend that. Also coming up this week, WandaVision, of course.
Okay,
Disney Plus.
I have been reading on that. I am excited for this.
Yeah, I don't get it, but I'm excited for it. I don't know what the fuck is going on.
I don't think we need to get it at this point.
No, that's fine. Also, season 2 of Servant on Apple TV Plus, the M. Night Shyamalan show. Also refer to that as the creepy doll baby show.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And also, here's probably the most interesting thing coming up this week. On Sunday, the 17th of January, season 2 of Batwoman with a new Batwoman.
So no Ruby Rose.
She's out of there. She gone.
Mm-hmm.
And here's how they're going to explain it away.
Okay.
Kate Keane. Was that her name?
Mm-hmm.
Kate, whatever.
Yeah, Kate Kane.
Kane, yes, not Katie Keene. That's a different CW show. She's just gone. She's just gone missing. And of course, some homeless 20-something woman runs across her costume in an alley because, of course, that's where it's going to be. So she decides, hey, I'll go fight crime like you do. And suddenly she has all these Krav Maga combat skills, and now she's the new Batwoman. Meanwhile, Bruce Wayne is coming back to town, and he wants his suit back.
Okay. Now, couple things on that.
This is an imposter Bruce Wayne, by the way.
Right. I remember that because that was, I want to say that was like Mouse impersonating Bruce Wayne near the end or something like that. Or no, not Mouse. It was Hush has assumed Bruce Wayne's face.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
Okay. So now you know the rest of the story.
Yeah. It's a lot to keep track of here.
Yeah. But now, as far as Ruby Rose goes, her leaving the show, was it ever explained? Because, there's been a lot in the news. I don't know if this sort of...
Yeah, there's been a lot of news happening. Yeah, I think the very basic, or as they say in the corporate world, high-level explanation here is that Ruby Rose didn't realize how much work it was to do a TV show. And she also injured herself doing her own stunts. Okay. And so that those two things combined were just like, you know what? Fuck this. This is too much work.
Yeah, and this is where I have to kind of call some bullshit on because
that's her story. That's her story, by the way.
I know, but number one, what? Getting stunt women are hard? I mean, seriously? Number two, and the whole TV shows are hard. You were on Orange is the New Black. You know what the fuck's going on. But to be fair, it was an ensemble cast.
So, yeah. She wasn't the main character.
Difference.
If you're the main character, you're working a lot. You're in almost every shot. So anyway, we have a new Batwoman. That's the story there.
Well, yeah, and here's the other quibble I have with that too, and that is so this the new character who's going to play Batwoman has Krav Maga skills, finds the costume, and I don't know if this is rumor or not, but apparently she's also part of the LGBTQ question mark cis whatever the term is these days.
That I don't know.
Okay. I heard the rumor. I don't know if it's true or not, but I was like, okay, it's ticking a lot of boxes here when really we should just go, all right, it's just a woman, and just leave it at that. Don't tick off the boxes, all right?
But the early reviews, I haven't seen it yet. The early reviews are that this new character, Ryan Wilder, played by Javici Leslie, I'm sure I murdered that. Apparently she's really good. Apparently she's just killing it in this role. So maybe Ruby Rose was okay. didn't really seem to. It wasn't a great fit, I don't think. I know everybody was excited about it when it was first announced, but then you see the show and she's like, Apparently, the new actress is just killing it. Where Ruby Rose just kind of...
I kind of liked Ruby Rose. I liked Ruby Rose. I thought she was going to grow into it, but obviously that's not going to happen. And as for this new actress, to quote the late great philosopher Jimmy Martin, show us what you got. That's all I'm going to say. Show us what you got.
Yeah. So, what do you got out there in the sports?
So many things we need to talk about, but first, hit my music.
It's sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team!
From the sports desk of the TV 10 podcast, we return to you to only the important sport of professional wrestling. This will be Domingo Gigante edition here.
Damn.
And so many things we're just going to cover, starting with the fact that, thankfully, as a man who has an MBA that writes for SlamWrestling.net, oh yeah.
Boom.
Drink up, bitches. Your livers have not yet suffered enough here. As I take a little sip of the genius juice there.
Yeah.
Let's start off with quite a few things here that happened since we last talked to you all. So in December, remind me again, when did we go off air for our winter break? Was it? It was like the first week of December or something like that.
Let's see. 13th. Last episode dropped on the 13th of December.
Okay, so at that time, I was getting ready to write about Final Battle for Red Badge of Courage Wrestling. That's Ring of Honor. And honestly, that was a great pay-per-view that really knocked it out of the park. Some wrestlers could not make the show due to being in contact with other people that have been exposed to COVID, and the card was subject to change. Among them, and this is a guy that I wrote about, Dalton Castle, the party peacock himself, managed to sneak in a match against Ray Horus and had a pretty good match. Even though it was a losing match for him, it was still a damn good match. I only bring it up now because as of this writing, as of today as we're recording live on air, Dalton Castle has finished up his contract with Ring of Honor and is a free agent. Now, it's being reported, according to the news and rumors section of SlamWrestling.net, that he's without a contract, but there have been some other whispers that he may be entertaining other offers. So we'll have to see what's going on with him at that point. Maybe we'll see him or in Ring of Honor or in some other rings. Maybe with him and the boys. We'll keep you abreast on that as we follow the story here. Now, turning to AEW, and I'm bringing this up for a few reasons. Now, over the winter break, one of their wrestlers, Brody Lee, had passed away unexpectedly. It was reported by his wife that he had suffered a quote-unquote non-COVID lung issue. As to what that was specifically, it has still not been revealed yet. We'll probably won't learn about it until a few months down the road. However, I bring it up because as we're recording live on air a couple of weeks ago, AEW held a tribute show to Brody Lee, and it was probably the best show of AEW had to offer by far. And I don't have it in front of me, but from what I've read, their ratings were the highest ever. I think I want to say it was like 1.3 million tuned in to that show. And it really spoke a lot to the man and the character of Brody Lee. And in fact, a lot of other people in the companies that he's worked with, like the aforementioned Ring of Honor, really showcased what a good man he was and the time that he spent there. WWE, they just said, we wish him the best, thoughts and prayers. So, yeah, there's that.
Okay.
But also on AEW, now, do you watch AEW Dark on YouTube, Mr. Frost?
No.
You should, because it's mostly a bunch of squash matches on there, but it does show a lot of up-and-comers. Specifically, as we're recording this, on Tuesday's edition of AEW Dark, we'll feature some matches. Specifically, one to pay attention to is Tay Conti, formerly of NXT, will be going up in a match against Utah's own Marty Daniels.
Okay.
So that is, and if you know Marty Daniels, formerly of UCW Zero in Salt Lake City, this is a huge, with a Y, deal.
Yes, it is.
That's definitely, yeah. So you definitely want to tune in with your eyeballs to that. And you could always catch the follow-ups on YouTube, but I would say if you can watch it when it premieres, that's even better. Also, another thing I did over the weekend for SlamWrestling.net, I'm starting to cover Major League Wrestling, or MLW, that's out in the New York area, kind of along the lines of Red Badge of Courage here. So they had the Kings of Colosseum match up there, and and it was supposed to be like a pay-per-view, but the owner Court Bauer offered it as a free-per-view show on various platforms like Pluto TV and YouTube, among others. So I covered that, thinking it was going to be, a pretty big deal, and it was like most of their other shows on their MLW Fusion show. So, if I may quote the great philosopher Lur of Omicron Persei 8, overall I would give it a C. Okay, not great.
All right.
So, hopefully there'll be more of that as I cover MLW shows in the near future here. But finally this, and I think this is where we're going to end things here at this point, it was reported on Kentucky Sports Radio. Now, hear me out. And this was also... Now, this was sent to us also by our good friend, Dr. Paul White here. Matt Jones and Craig Greenberg purchased Ohio Valley Wrestling, or also known as OVW. So, and it was also reported that Matt Jones, founder and host of Kentucky Sports Radio, and Craig Greenberg, the former CEO of 21Z Museum Hotels, purchased a majority interest in Ohio Valley Wrestling with the intent of preserving and growing its legacy. Wrestling legend Al Snow will continue to run the day-to-day operation. Now, why this is important is because Ohio Valley Wrestling also, in conjunction with Al Snow Wrestling Academy, has some involvement with our own devotional championship wrestling here in Utah. So that means there could be more presence out there for this company, which just recently in December celebrated their 2-year anniversary. I will say, if you haven't followed Devotional Championship Wrestling, you can watch it for free on Fight TV if you're outside of Utah, or on the CW30, which is usually on at around 11:30 a.m. on the weekends. I would highly recommend that because the sport of professional wrestling is still growing, even though the world is trying to have their own Royal Rumble at the Capitol Hall because they think it's sports.
It's sports with Tommy Milagro. Go team.
Yeah. I have to say, though, in the last couple of weeks, sports have been very important from the douche nozzlery that is the coverage and the news.
Fucking-lutely.
Oh, God. Oh, yeah. Have you captured anything on the InfoWars or the OANN channels of late? I know you're hep to that, and God bless you.
They're still on Pluto TV. I've yet to get around to starting a deplatforming campaign to get them off Pluto TV. OAN, Newsmax, and not InfoWars. InfoWars is not on there, but The Blaze is. So, deplatformed, and it feels so good. Coming up next on Pluto TV.
And don't forget Hillsong. Oh, I tuned into that commercial.
While
nuts. I was trying to watch cartoons, and I'm like, no, this ain't happening.
Yeah, here's the one piece of news I will impart from the world of conspiracy psychos. Okay. Alex Jones has denounced Q because they're too crazy and nothing they say is true.
What?
That's that's coming from good old Alex Jones.
How am I supposed to feel about this?
It's just a thing. Don't worry about it.
I know, but I'm conflicted.
Don't think about it too hard. You'll hurt yourself.
Oh! I need some genius juice now. Let me take a sip.
Yeah, so we're gonna leave off here with my current slug content shifter column. Content shifter. It is. I don't know. I'm trying to think back why I named it that, and now I regret it. But that's what it is now. It's called Content Shifter, and it is called that in both Slug Magazine and the Coachella Valley Independent out there in California, and up in the Pacific Northwest, Spokane area in the Inlander weekly alt weekly mag. It is known as Bill Frost TV Time.
Now we got to get some
which is probably a better title. I don't know why I didn't think of it.
You know what we need to do, sir? We need to get you coverage out in Canada, specifically
Canada?
Toronto. Yes, Canada, America's hat, needs to know what to watch on TV.
Well, is there a slamtv.net that I can hook up with so we can get extradited to across the border?
So let me put it out to my editors, Jamie Hastings, and to Greg Oliver, and to John Powell. I have a compatriot that could really benefit you long time. If you're listening to us, please reach out.
Yeah. Anyway, this current January installment of Content Shifter and or TV Time is my favorite shows, or the best, if you will, my version of the best TV shows of 2020. I'm just going to give you 3 of them. There's 10.
All right.
Ted Lasso, Apple TV Plus. Jason Sudeikis.
Okay.
Fucking fantastic.
All right.
The Flight Attendant on HBO Max, Kaylee Cuoco, Waka Waka Waka. Also, definitely worth your time checking out. And Briar Patch, which was on USA, starring Rosario Dawson.
Okay.
And
so those were all good ones.
Yeah, it was on USA. Maybe you can on-demand it through USA. I don't know where it's available to stream for free. I have not been able to find it, but it's you can find it on USA On Demand. So that is you can find this at slugmag.com or far more easily at billfrost.tv. That's the deal.
That's how all this shit works.
Yeah. And that's probably enough for now. I want to thank Sugar House Distillery for the vodka. It's fantastic. And also our other sponsors.
Why, that would be our good friends at Outlaw Distillery, Ogden Zone Distillery, the fine purveyors of Five Lives Vodka, the Porter's Fire, the Porter's Rye Whiskey, and the Porter's Peanut Butter Whiskey. And let's see, the Underground, and I know I'm forgetting one. Oh, Madame Patarini's Gin.
Yes.
But of course, if you feel you don't need to be fancy as fuck, there's always our good friends at Bohemian Brewery. But depending on how you want to imbibe your luscious beverage, that would be a good time to visit in downtown Salt Lake our good friend Ivy at Booze Teak. But regardless of whatever distillery and or brewery and or libation station you decide to frequent and patronize, please, for the love of fucking God, just wear a mask. We ask so little. That's it.
Okay. All right. Good night, America.
And I think... God, it's been 2 weeks. I better jiggle that handle. And, oh, good Lord. Yeah, I think it's time we got to flush.